All righty. Well, welcome everyone. It is May 21st. Oh my gosh, where did May go? Um, and I appreciate all you guys taking time out for, some of you guys are my team and some of you guys are Carolyn's team and some of you guys are Amanda's team and some of you guys are just my amazing friends like Wendy. I appreciate you guys taking time out this evening for our tech time. Something for my team that I'm going to start doing more often because you guys, everyone that knows Becky is Techie. Carolyn's little nickname is Becky or Techie Becky. So
Yes.
anytime I can find something new to make my job easier, it is so worth investing time in. As most of you guys, most of our consultants on our teams work full-time jobs. And so anytime we can find an app, or a website or a something to take away some of that time we spend is so valuable. So we're going to be talking tonight about an app called Boards. Okay, so if you are not familiar with it, you can find it in your App Store or in your Google Play Store. I strongly recommend that you download it. It is free to use, which is even better.
Can you spell it?
Boards.
Oh, Boards. Okay.
Boards. Yep. So it's the weirdest name, Boards. So I definitely recommend you guys download it. Look, I started using this like a couple weeks before Boards came all the rage with Pampered Chef. So I've been kind of playing around with it for a little while, and I was super excited that it caught fire with our company because I really find a lot of value in it. So let me give you a brief explanation of what Boards is. So it's a mobile app. Okay, there is not a website version of it. It is only an app to be used on your phone. And basically, how many of you guys find yourselves using the same words over and over again for things? Do we do that? Right? Like what I think of immediately is booking messages, recruiting messages, objections that we use all the time. Even in our parties when we're commenting, right? How many times do you find yourselves repeating the same thing over and over again in your party? If you have 3 or 4 parties going on in a week, that same post, you typically reply to a guest in that party the same way, pretty much. And so a lot of our job becomes very repetitious. So every time you have to type out a message, would you guys agree that's consuming your time? Right? And so imagine if you already have a kind of file, so to speak, of words for things that you use all the time, and it's right at your fingertips. Okay, so that's exactly what Boards is going to be for you. Boards can be used as a comment in a post on Facebook. It can be used to post into Facebook. It can be used in Messenger, and you can also use it in texting. Okay, so anywhere basically that you're writing words, okay, you can connect to the Boards app and use the words that you've saved in these folders, okay, to basically, copy and paste from right directly from there. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Just give me a sec. Okay, so can everyone see my phone screen? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, Mel's shaking her head. Perfect. Okay, so down in the right-hand corner, you guys see the little white box that says Boards. Okay, that's what your app is going to look like. Again, you can download it from your App Store or from Google Play. Of course, there's not going to be all of these folders that are in here as I have right now. So when you're starting out, you're only going to see that top section where it says My Board. Okay, and then you'll see this bottom section. You'll have like the plus sign with Create Board, and then all of your instruction stuff. Now, when you download it, it will walk you through the process once you download the app that you have to go into your settings on your phone, okay? So make sure you follow the directions that it's going to give you when you download the app. You're going to have to go into the settings of your phone, and you're going to have to add this app onto your keyboard, okay? And yes, it's going to give you some crazy message that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, they're going to have access. Okay, they're only going to have access to the stuff that you're putting into this boards. Okay, I know it reads a little bit odd. We did reach out to the creator of the boards app to verify that there wasn't anything, you know, hacky going on with the app. So they will have access to your camera roll because you're giving that permission. They're going to have access to things that you're putting into this app right here. Does that make sense? Kind of like everything else on our mobile phones, right? They gain access to the content you're putting into your phone. So it's just giving that permission. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that first. So what you guys will see is that I've started to organize boards for myself for different areas of the business that I find I use a lot of words and a lot of the same repetitive messages over and over and over again. And so I'm going to kind of show you what a folder looks like, or a board. That's what the word is. It's actually called a board. And then I'm going to show you how to create one for yourself. Okay. Give you an example of how you could do it. So let's just go into our customer care file here. Okay. So you'll see in there what I've done is I have created 4 more folders inside of that main board. Okay, you guys see that? So I went from the customer care board inside of it, and now there's 4 folders in here. Okay, so now what I've done is I've taken in here for our customer care, just as the example, we send messages out 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months, right, to our customers that are ordering from us. So what I've done is I've organized the 2-day message. So when I click 2 days and I go into there, now you're going to see again, there's another, you know, little folder in here. And when I click that folder, what comes up are the words that I am going to be using when I'm texting or messaging or posting. Okay. So you get to create the heading at the top. Okay. You see where my cursor's at, and then those words. So you can see that I've organized this so that this is the process that I follow for day-to-day business with customer care. I'm going to show you in a couple minutes also how to actually use it once you've created what you want. The other thing you'll see in there is that I've also put my link for my VIP group in there. Okay. Because again, I share my VIP group link with a lot of people, and I don't want to have to keep going back to Facebook, you know, going up to the settings, going down and clicking share link, and then going backwards. It's like 20 different steps that I don't need to do when I have access to it from right here. Okay. So that's definitely one that I would recommend that you do too. So that's just an example of what one of the boards can look like. Okay. So now to create a board, what you're going to do is you're going to come down where the blue plus create board is. Okay. You can name your board. So I'm just going to do test board. Okay. And now if I went back, you'll see that that test board is right there. You guys see it? So it's right here where it says test board. That's the one I just created. So now if I want to put content into that, the way that I do it is down on the bottom right side where there's a plus sign. When I click that, I get the options of creating a folder. I can just add text in here. I can pop a YouTube link into here. I can add a link in here, or I can also post images in here. Okay. So I want you guys to kind of think about, you know, what are the photos that you use all the time? What are the links that you use all the time? What are the videos that you share all the time with customers? That's kind of what you want to get your mind thinking. Okay. Is how what you share all the time are items that you would want to actually put into a board in here. Okay. So let's just say that I wanted to create a message. Okay. So I'm going to click text. It's going to give me up at the top, the title, and I'm just going to put in there again, test message. And I can write in here, Becky is the most amazing director ever. Okay. So that's my board that I'm creating.
Executive director.
Yeah, well, you know. Okay.
I don't want to brag.
That's definitely not me. I know. Okay. So now I've got my message in here inside of the board. Now let's say I want to go to Carolyn and I want to send that message to Carolyn. Okay. So I'm going to go into my messenger. and I'm going to find Carolyn. And now the really cool thing is when I hit the actual space at the bottom where I write a message at, in the bottom left-hand side, does everyone see that little globe that's down in the bottom left corner? Okay. So when I click that, you click it twice. You click it once to kind of pull it down there, and then you click it again. Maybe. There it goes. And now you see that my boards app is now open as a function on my keyboard. Do you guys see that? So basically I just gave it access to my keyboard. I'm going to scroll over to the board that I just created. Click my test board. You see that that's my test message right there, right? The one that I just typed in. And when I click that, it automatically puts the message in the message bar for me to just then hit send. You guys see that? So
That
now
is so cool.
I can just hit the arrow, and I just told Carolyn that I'm the most amazing director ever.
2018, but I'm not sure.
What? Oh, that's what I was talking. Okay, so super easy, right? So
Show us again where that little globe comes up.
What's that?
Can you show us again where that little globe comes
Yeah, let
up?
me go out and I'll go back in. Let me take it off. So when you hit the actual bar, the gray bar right here where the letter A's are, right here. Okay, when you click that bar there, it's automatically going to pop up in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Oh, I see.
Not coming up on mine.
I think if you
very
have
bottom.
an Android, it shows differently than if you have
It's
an
not coming
iPhone.
on mine either, Carolyn, and we have the same phone.
What do you guys have, an Android?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure how it functions on an Android.
I think there's
I just found it.
okay.
What do you
Karen?
have to click, Karen or Carolyn?
On the very bottom right of our keyboard, there's a little miniature keyboard. When you click that, you get to choose you get to select the keyboard. So mine says English, Google Voice, Microsoft Swift Key, Samsung keyboard, or boards.
Okay, there you go.
So now I'm going to click boards,
Yep, and it should pop up.
click back in.
Yeah, so this is just going to be the difference, you guys. There might be a little bit of learning curve difference between Android and the Apple. But the good news is that there is training material in the beginning when you're actually downloading the app. There's material there for you. Okay.
You guys can see I just sent something to Becky
Yes.
out of my
Now,
boards.
Becky, I can't see it on your screen. I can't see where that globe was.
It's in the bottom left corner.
I don't see it on the screen.
Below the keyboard.
Yeah,
It's under that. It's under the 1, 2, 3.
You see where 1, 2, 3's at? Look
I see
directly
1,
down,
2.
there's a circle.
Well, then it must be cutting off for me because I don't see it.
Yeah, it's cutting off on our screen. It's there. We just can't see it because of the
Okay,
way
okay.
Can you see it
share
now?
works.
Now,
It's tucked away because of the way the screen share works.
Well, that's weird.
it's no biggie. I've seen it before, so
Okay.
I just didn't want to make sure that I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something.
Yeah. So when you're on the screen though, it's going to be on the very bottom left corner. There's going to be like just a little globe you'll see down there. Okay. So what's cool about this is that you guys seen how quick that was for me, right? I literally just hit, the bar where I would typically type the message. I clicked the little globe, it pulled up my boards. I went to the file, I went to the words that I wanted, and bam, I can send the message. Okay. So if I'm booking, if I'm doing booking messages, watch how fast this could be, right? So if I go into my folder for, let's say we're going to send out booking scripts. And I'm just going to send Carolyn some words. Okay. It doesn't really matter. I'm sending her the words from Sharon Zellen, right? You guys seen that. As fast as I touched it, it's in the message and I can send. Okay. So if I want to send, she gave me an objection. Now I go over to my, my little objections, right? And I find, Carolyn says she doesn't have time. Okay. So I click, don't have time. There's my objection. Bam. Okay. So there's lots of different, like I said, there's a lot of different words that we use all the time. And so what I'm doing is I'm compiling for people, for my team, the most common objections that we hear and words. And I'll get to that in a second, what the other really, really cool part about this is. Let's say I have a customer and she's like, oh, well, I have a deep cover baker. You know, we're talking in the party, right? She has the deep covered baker and she really needs some new recipes. Awesome. Guess what? I can go over here to my little e-cookbooks and I can find my deep covered baker or whatever tool it is. You know, she wants the deluxe air fryer cooking guide. Bam, I'm going to send it to her. I have 2 different files of recipes. So there's, you know, lots of different recipes in there. So basically, you guys, you're really only limited by your own imagination with this app. Let's say, here's another one. Did I leave this one in here? Let me look.
You said you have 2 different files of recipes. Is that because
do.
you're limited to how many you can add into
No.
one?
Nope. I got 2 different files from 2 different friends.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. How many times do you guys have a host that they're like, oh, you know, I'm at $200 in sales. What are my rewards? Where am I at? You know, what have I earned so far? Has anyone ever heard that from their host?
Oh, yeah.
And then you have to go what? You have to go to Consultants Corner and you have to find, you know, what all the rewards are. Well, what if I could do this? I just go to my little host rewards levels and her party's at $200 and I have this cool little picture, right? And, oh, what did I do? I hit the wrong button. And I just paste and I send. So when you're doing a picture in the, you know, through a message, basically you just want to hold down on it. It pastes it, it copies it, and then you just go to the bar and you paste it in there and it'll pop it in there. Okay.
Becky, can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
Or do you prefer I wait till the end?
No, you're fine. Go for it.
So do you have to key all your messages in or are they downloadable?
So here's something really, I'll share the surprise at the end, which is really cool. I think it'll make a lot of you guys really, really happy, which is why, okay, which is one of the reasons, Lisa, why I like it so much, is because there's a really cool function with boards. That's why I said it's going to be a game changer for us and for our teams. Okay. What was your question, Lee?
Is it only the pictures that you have to copy and paste?
Yes.
So the messages are automatic when you click on them.
Correct. Yep. When
Okay.
you click the message link, it'll pop those words in there. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. So do you see on the e-cookbook files, how there's little groups of people to the right of where it says e-cookbooks? Okay.
Mhm.
So those 2 files are ones that 2 of my friends shared with me. Okay. So what you need to know about shared files is that I can't, just like Evernote, just like a lot of things, I like SendShare, right? When we send you our SendShare file, you can't edit the words, right? You have to make a copy of it to be able to do any editing to it. Okay. So this is the same way. So I cannot take these files and edit any of the words up in the top where it says one pot meals. I can't edit that. I can't edit the words that are down in the body of the message. So if somebody sends you a file, what you want to do, okay, is first you would want to create your own board. Okay. So, you know, again, let's do Becky's e-cookbooks. If she could type, it would be great. So I created my own. Okay. So I have my own Becky's e-cookbooks folder now. If I come up here, back up to the shared folder, in the top right corner, there's going to be 3 dots up there. You guys see those 3 dots?
Mhm.
If I click the 3 dots and I click select keys, that gives me the ability to take these. So each individual thing that you place in a folder is called a key. Okay. So I can select whatever ones I want. If I wanted to do the whole folder, I would just go down through and highlight all of the ones I want, but I'm just going to move on. Once you've selected them, up in the top right corner, you click copy. Okay. Click your back arrow. I go down to Becky's e-cookbook folder, and up in the top right side, you guys see where it says paste. And now I've pasted those into my own folder, but guess what I can do? I can go in and I can change the words now. Okay, so if there's something I want to tweak in the verbiage, then I have the ability to do that once I've copied, paste it into my own folder, I now have access to it. You guys with me? Have I lost anyone?
Oh, that's awesome.
Super easy, you guys.
Great, yeah.
If I want to delete something, super easy. Again, I would just open Becky's e-cookbooks, open to the top right and click delete board. And that deletes the board for me. It's gone. Super easy. Okay, so the really, really cool thing about this is that as someone that is creating these boards, what I can do them also is share these boards with people. Okay. So with me being a director and having a large team, what I can do is I can, let's say I want to share the e-cookbook file, or excuse me, let me say the overcoming booking objections. Let's say I want to share that with Carolyn. Okay. All I have to do is go into it, click up at the top where the little person and the plus sign's at. You guys see that person and plus sign?
Mhm.
Click share invite link. I'm going to click copy. I'm going to go back to Messenger. I'm going to send it to Carolyn. Okay, so now I've invited Carolyn to join that board.
Whoa.
So what Carolyn, if you're Carolyn on the other side of that, what you're going to see is you're going to click the link. You're going to add your email. Okay, you would add your email and click join board. That board would then automatically be in your boards file for you.
And you can't edit that one though, unless you make it your own.
You have to make it your own in order to be able to edit it. Yes.
Can you delete individual keys within a board if you, let's say, had a double, but by accident, you accidentally copied it twice or something?
You can't delete if it's a shared file that was shared with you, but you can delete from any, individual. So like if I wanted to delete one of these up here, all I need to do is go up here, click select key. Okay. And then I can once I've highlighted it, go back up to the top right and click delete.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Becky, on a shared one, if you update your board, does it automatically update?
That is the awesome thing about this, you guys, is that
Yeah.
whenever the main person that controls that file updates it, okay, it automatically updates it for anyone that's in the shared folder.
That's
Okay.
very cool.
So how I plan on using this for my team, I'm going to turn off for a second. How I plan on using this for my team is that, I put together words. Well, a lot of you guys know I put together words every month, right? As we're doing these booking blitzes, right? So I'm going to have one board that's going to be messages for the month. Okay. And so when I update those words, you guys will automatically get the updated words. How cool is that? Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Or if we have something that's, like, I don't know, like a team file, basically, any information that I update in there from, week to week or month to month is automatically going to update for anyone that's in that board.
Hey, Beth,
Yes.
how does this differ from Evernote?
It's free. It
Yeah.
costs you nothing. For me, Carolyn, I think it's way, way user-friendly compared to Evernote. Okay. It's mobile. And for me, I've never found Evernote on mobile being friendly at all. I've always thought it was very, very, very non-user friendly. But I think
Evernote.
But I think having the ability to use this within either Messenger in Facebook or through text messages, like at your fingertips, is really the game changer.
And then Lisa asked a really good question earlier, and I don't see if there was, I may have missed the answer. So if I did, I apologize. Is this information stored on your device or is it stored in a cloud? Like, is this going to clunk up our devices?
No, it's in a cloud.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Do we know if they're going to be coming out with a web version of it? Only because I'm still reliant on Evernote because I can use it on both platforms.
Did you say they already have one?
Yeah, that's great.
They are working on a web version of it. Yep.
Nice.
Wendy, did you have a question?
Well, actually, I had a comment because I don't know if you knew this, Becky, you might know this, but you can actually send a text message directly from boards and also your Facebook Messenger. And so what I found is going to be helpful for me and my team is the fact that when you have multiple hosts, you can send multiple messages, because if you send the same message to the same over and over again to the different hosts, you can send it all at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was going. Let me show them what we're talking about. Yeah, I went through Messenger because it's just my old habit. You know, those old
Right.
habits.
Well,
by
what I
heart.
find it easier is to go through the app itself, because you can send the picture, you can add the picture and add the words at the same time. As where if you go to Messenger, it sends the pictures and then you have
And
to
then
type in the
it's
words.
separate. Yeah. So what she's talking about is when up here at the top. So if are you talking about like opening the message up, Wendy, and sending
Correct.
from here?
And going to
Yeah.
that, yeah, right. Mhm.
Yeah, at the top right. Yeah, so if I wanted to send this message from here, that's what she's showing you guys. So if I wanted, you know, if somebody gave me an objection, I touch here and then the square with
Becky,
the
we're
up arrow.
seeing your computer main screen, like with all your icons. We're not seeing your phone.
Oh, I'm
Really?
seeing her phone.
I'm seeing her
am too.
phone.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
see
Not
phone
booking.
I was, now I am. Okay, that was, sorry.
So in the top right corner, there's the little square with the up arrow. So when you click that, it's going to give you the option, you guys, right here is what she's talking about, that you can message, you can email, you can Facebook, you can Messenger.
Hmm.
So if I wanted to message Carolyn that message,
But you can
can
also
just send
click,
it right
you can
from
also click all those other people if you wanted to message them all at the same
And by
time.
clicking all those other people, it's not going to send it as a group text. It's going to send it to them individually.
It's
That is
individual.
beautiful. That is
Yep.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you're doing, you know, I think of that, you know, perfect example is when we're sending booking messages, right?
No,
And host coaching messages.
Host
Come here.
coaching. Yeah. So this, guys, basically, you're gonna find 5,000 uses for this, right? What I want you guys to think about though, right, is where your time is best spent. You could add all the things in here, okay? Which first of all, it's gonna take you time to do that. So I really want you guys to weigh out, is this important for me to have in board, something I'm gonna use all the time? Or is it something I'm just putting in there to put in there, right? Because when you're just putting stuff in there to put it in there, that's wasting a bunch of time for yourself, right? And then you're not getting any use out of it. So why waste the time? So think about what you do all the time. What do you wish you could save time on, and let that be where you start. Okay, so think about the booking messages, think about the objections, the recruiting messages, the recruiting objections, right? Kind of the things that I was just showing you, the customer care piece of it, right? All of those things that we should be doing. We don't have a lot of time. This will help save you guys time. So for my team, what I'm planning on doing, and I'm just going to show my team real quick. Let me get into Facebook real quick. I guess I logged myself out for some reason. Who knows? So Wolfpack and, you know, of course, Carolyn and Wendy, if you guys want to grab them from here, you're more than welcome. You guys know I don't care sharing anything with you guys. So on my team page, you guys know we have a ton of guides. They used to be called units a long time ago, right? So now it's guides. If you go up to guides and you go all the way down at the bottom, because it'll be the newest one. What should have been? Oh yeah, right here. I'm going to be uploading this video. So if you need to refer to it, it'll be here. And then I'm also going to be sharing the link for all of the boards that I have that I feel will be good for you guys to use.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that you guys have access to all of those. So Carolyn, Wendy, Amanda will be watching this on playback, I'm sure. You guys can, you know, take whatever you need for your teams. Smooches, I love you all. There you go. Merry Christmas.
You're amazing, Becky.
Becky.
Thank you.
But for my team, you guys will be able to click that link and join the board from there. And then, like I said, you know, they'll automatically update anytime that I update, you know, any of the boards. Okay. Does anyone have any more questions at all? Who's excited to try this?
This looks
Anybody?
amazing. Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, I really think that it's going to be a huge time saver for all of you guys. Like I said, don't get in there and get sucked in the rabbit hole though. Okay.
Right.
Make smart use of your time, because that's what it's really designed to do, is to save you guys time. Okay. Again, I think it's super user friendly. There is a Pampered Chef group for boards that has been created. Again, like I feel with any other Facebook groups that are for Pampered Chef consultants, do not go there and get sucked in, you guys. Okay. Go in, get what you need, and get out. Otherwise, you spend tons of time there wasting away, and you get nothing done but scroll, scroll, scroll. And again, when you get in there, there's a ton of boards that are available to you guys, but really think about what you're going to use and what you're not going to use. Okay. Because I fell into that trap when I was like, oh, I want that board and I want that board and I want that board. Becky, do you really need them? Like, are you going to use them? What's the point of putting them on there if you're not going to use them? Right.
And
So-
be mindful of whose boards you are
Absolutely.
gathering. If the
Yeah.
person who's sharing a board, if you look at them and they have no credentials, if there's somebody you've never seen being recognized for anything, you don't know if what they are posting is working.
Yes.
Stick to gathering your boards from somebody who you know is having great success with what they're using.
Yes.
Good advice.
And the ones that I specifically can think of, you guys, are these booking messages. Okay. Your customer care messages, your host coaching systems. Do not go off script from what your directors have given you. We know it works. Okay. So
Becky,
don't be like, oh, well, this person's got a great host coaching system. You know what? Anyone can put a system together. Anybody can. But it's whether that system is tried and tested and proven to work. Okay. Heidi, did you have a question?
Yeah, once we put the boards on there that we want, are we able to organize them and like, are we able to move them around to put them in different orders?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
What was that?
Wasn't me.
All right. Any other questions, my friends? Was this worth your 30 minutes of time?
Yes.
Yes, thank you so
Yes.
much.
I think it's going to
Thank
be
you.
30 minutes of your time that's going to save you hours. That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely.
Carolyn, I
agree.
still need 5 minutes of your time because I can't find the dumb keyboard.
All right.
Karen, one of these days you'll get an iPhone.
Right. Well, come to the dark side. Just saying.
Don't do it, Karen. Stay Android.
Android forever.
No.
Android forever.
Well, wait, I have an thing. I have a question. What if I did this and I didn't do the keyboard? So maybe that's what my problem is.
That could be.
Is there a way to go back and set up the keyboard?
Yes, there is. You just need to go into your set. I don't know how it goes on Android because I'm not an Android user, but somewhere in your settings. But look, so Karen, when you're on the main screen of boards, there's a how to use down at the bottom, and there should be a section for Androids that'll walk you through it step by step.
Okay, I just
Okay.
found it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I found how to use it. on the guide.
Oh, you guys. Any other questions? No?
Yes.
All righty, my friends. Well, I will give all of your leaders access to what I have. I appreciate you guys taking time out this Friday evening, and everybody have an amazing rest of your weekend.
Yay, thank you, Becky.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Becky.
Yay.